and welcome back to part 10 of Uncharted 2. This time we're going to work our way through this encampment, try and save Schafer from Lazarevich, and then maybe try and get out of here. Or, possibly, you know, stumble across a secret city with supernatural people, but you never know. Anything can happen, really. Right about now, I'm just sort of waiting to see what's going on, because I want to try and avoid conflict as much as possible, especially because we're not really armed. So I'm sort of like watching, seeing what goes on, and then planning accordingly. That was risky. If you're following along, it might be an idea not to pick up that gun, but just keep on rolling around here. I say rolling, climbing along here, and go right behind the truck and then wait for this guy to move. Thankfully it paid off and he's come to investigate what he just saw, so now we can quickly get him and nearly suffer for it because the other guy spotted us. But, well, there goes that strategy. But there is at least something that we had to work off there. You can work around the back and eventually like kite him round to you. But now they probably know we're here. So I jump. This is a good cover point if you're not going to use the corner glitch. If you're not interested at all in the corner glitch, that truck there can be a good holding spot.
It's up this way.
Oh, crossbow, don't mind if I do. Alright, I know what was going through my mind at that point. I was thinking bullets. I was thinking 72 bullets over 3 kills. I'll take the 72 bullets.
They haven't seen us yet.
Hang back, I'll take these guys out.
Keep that in mind. They haven't seen us yet. Use it to your advantage. Never mind. Surprised I didn't die there. That was an auto throw. That was a panic throw. The red pillars you can shoot apart and destroy. So if they're using it as cover, I'm not sure about this red door though, but I assume it'd be the same. But if you see them hang behind a red pillar, like, don't hesitate to shoot it down if you've got enough bullets spare to do so, just to tear it apart and get them to move. I've got a bit of a sore throat again, unfortunately, but hopefully it won't come through recording too much. Oh, pistole, don't mind if I do. Ow! I didn't even get properly hit, that just kind of chipped me and nearly killed me. Flippin' heck. Thankfully the pistole has surprisingly good accuracy for what is essentially a pocket shotgun. But thankfully not, but unfortunately not long range, so I have to swap back to this pistol. Thankfully I've got to do with Desert Eagle, so he's a priority that I want to try and reach to, just so I can take his gun. Like, really. It's a bunch of free kills out of that thing. I'm being very slow and methodical with this section, because there's a lot of people here. And they do like their grenades. I've already got 2 bullets left in that thing. Yeah, no wonder I swapped back. I was like, 2 bullets. There we go. Wee, easy. And then there's our new problem. There's a dude on the turret way in the back. So we've got to figure out a way to get round to him. But you don't have to necessarily get around to him, you just need to get close enough that a grenade will reach him if you want to play that route. That's what I was trying to do just then. Just trying to see if I can catch him with a grenade. What we need to do is push to that box there. Well, I say box, it's like a little cabin. Well, I'm not really sure what that's called, I'm having a bit of a brain fart moment, but that thing, and then push it as far forward as you can. Eventually it won't be able to go any further. So now the new threat comes along. We've got people shooting on the side here. as soon as you're comfortable, you need to jump to the right, because there's a lot of pressure that's going to be put on you here and not a good enough cover to really make the most of it. And I'm also wary to do the turret. He won't stop shooting, Christ, leave it up, man. Oh, I managed to get up here. There's a nice way round you can work to get to the dude in the turret. But there are a few people here, so be wary. And yeah, some of them do have shotguns, so don't get cocky in case one of them ends up shooting at you. And you can sort of like shimmy your way all the way around to work your way to the turret dude. You don't have to try and take him face on, thankfully. Alright, that looks like it was destructible, and I didn't try and shoot it. This is me just doing a safety check, make sure there's no one extra. I think there's a few extras below. And then of course there's our lucky friend on the turret over there. If I get him... Whoa, nearly suffer for it, fucking hell. Thankfully, it's not like Uncharted 1. So Uncharted 1's crushing, like, at this part, like, this late into the game, that just by comparison, every gun could just put you down in one shot regardless. They'd have all these, like, they'd start using, like, the revolvers, that you can put the enemies down in one hit, but they put you down in one hit as well. They start shooting you with them. And on Crushing, it's just, it turns into a nightmare. Well, at least it's the only section where there wouldn't be a difference in difficulty when you go to Brutal, but still.
All clear.
The fact that the enemies have one-shot kill guns was a bit fucking shit, if I'm honest. But now we've got Elena here, we can press on, because obviously, for the sake of convenience, we need two people here.
I'll hold it. You go first.
Okay.
Hey!
That was close.
Oh, at least you have a bit of platforming
It's a
after
long
that
way
chaos.
down. Looks like that beam's the only way across.
I think I see a rope down there.
Okay, sit tight. I'll go down there and throw it up to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa,
It feels like more of those are just there to make sure you can't go back up.
whoa.
But it does make a fair point. Oh, excuse me.
Catch!
It does make a fair point to be careful of ledges that might break away.
Follow me.
I'm sorry about my awful cough. I just want to try and get this done. If it's my own damn fault, it's more of just a sore throat than anything else. And so I haven't really got anyone else to blame but myself, but still.
Okay.
I get you. There. See? No sweat.
Elena seemed to freak out a lot then compared to her usual.
Okay.
Alright, sometimes Elena doesn't actually move over when you ask her to. Just putting it out there, it's happened to me. There's been a few points where you say, come on, get over here. He said, okay, and she just stands there and does nothing. So you have to get off and then get back on and hope that she gets the message after a couple tries.
How old these boards are.
Because he says that, but you know it's going to break now.
The rope.
Every time like Nathan says, I'm like, oh, this seems a bit old, oh, this seems a bit frail, you know it's going to break eventually. There's going to be a point. It might not be now, but it's going to happen eventually. Something's going to give.
Look. Up there. Is that them?
Yeah. They're moving Schafer into that tower.
But at least we know where he
Come on,
is.
we've got to hurry.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Because it wasn't doing too bad until the moment I started recording. That's the only reason I started recording. It calmed down, and I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. It won't like torture me for it and like destroy my throat in two trying to record. It'll be fine. So I want to record 2 parts today, but at this rate, I might just like upload this one and then record the next one another day. But I want to get on with it.
There's no way we're getting through here.
Oh, and of course we can't use the front entrance. We got to find another way around.
Way around. Open it from the other side. You sit tight.
Alright, just try to be subtle. We don't want to attract any unnecessary attention.
Going guns blazing.
Right. Got it.
I think at this point I die by accident. Like just through platforming. Oh no, that wasn't. That was me saving the recording. Alright. There's a section like this where there's a bit of platforming and I just completely fucked it up and it got me killed. But no, that's just what I do sometimes, because the way the PlayStation records in chunks instead of properly. Like, I wish I could record an hour straight, but it doesn't let me do that. Well, no, you can, just it's awkward. But anyway, I always save the recording in chunks just for my own sake instead, and that's just what that was there. Right, as we saw before, the red pieces break, so keep that in mind when you're exploring there. The red pieces can snap on you. Some of them are a bit more sturdier than others, so keep that in mind. Like, this one's sturdy. The next one... oh no, that one held. Alright, I'll stand corrected. Some of these... oh yeah, it's the dark red ones. They collapse on you in some parts. We're approaching the section that I had the most deaths in the entire thing. Because I was determined to stealth this whole thing through. I was so determined. And like, I have a few fuck-ups, but thankfully it doesn't mean much here. But you're going to see me edit out 30-something deaths. It was like 32 or 33. But it's so much. It's just because it's so by the numbers the way you have to handle this shit. And if you fuck it up, you just die. So now you're going to skip to my pretty much perfect run. Because this was about 30 odd attempts later when I'd lost the will to live. So you're going to see me be super fucking fast and on the point and aggressive. Because I've learnt to practice it. But not by choice. And the reason why I duck here is because he how many times he's caught me. So now I wait, run across, then finish him, get a deagle. If it's got the little stealth symbol next to it, it means you only get it through stealth kill. And now this is when shit kicks off. So I throw a grenade down there, because that did catch a few of them. You see how skittish my aiming is? My aiming's gone to shit because I was so like fed up and like pissed off, and so my tension was up when I started getting a bit of a mojo for it. And now I just start aiming down here. This is a really good spot because they can only go up by that ladder to you. So if you hold here, they'll eventually put themselves in your way. You're not completely safe yet, but be careful. Because there's this dick here. I remember this part so distinctly because it took me so many attempts, and it was just because I was trying to stealth the whole thing. And it is possible, I've done it before, just not on crushing. And I eventually just lost the will to live and gave up. Oh, that's convenient.
Much for subtle.
Talk to the guy with the RPG.
I edited out death there. But don't worry about that. That was me editing out death because I got sniped. I got cocky from trying to aim up and shoot, and I just got picked off. Because that's what I mean. You pop your head up for any longer than a second, you just get put down. And so I'm taking some really cocky ass shots there. That was a piss take shot. I really shouldn't have done any of those with the sniper then. But you can do that because the sniper's like brilliant in this. It's none of that Call of Duty shit. You can actually just point it in a general vicinity at them and shoot them and catch them. It sort of reminds me more of the Halo snipers, because if you aim, you don't have to necessarily go down the sight to aim, but if you just aim with it and like point it at someone and shoot, you'll still get them. Which I prefer. There's another heavy coming our way. Hey. What's that heavy doing? He's like he's jumping up and down. I'm being very cautious here. So I don't want to get sniped. Because there are snipers that can be lurking around now. And trust me, you'll know if one of the snipers spot you. And I'm being really cautious, just in case there's someone in the building. Which turns out there are. As another big arsehole with a shotgun runs in. That grenade's not in the best spot, so I had to move. Got him. Ow, fucking shotgun Steve. Get out the way. There we go. To be fair, it's actually quite fun watching this back for myself. Like I've been shutting up a lot, so I've just been watching myself play and see how I used to play. Because like I said, this was back in September I recorded all this shit. So it's been a while, and I have played some more Uncharted 2 and 3 since then. And I'm a lot better at it now, I'd like to think. Here the snipers. They will fucking massacre you if you dick around with them, so don't. Almost all of them are one-hit kills. I've never let my... I think I've only been shot by them like once, and that was on normal, and that put me down in one shot, so you could take a wild guess what crushing will do to you.
I'll boost you up.
But at this point, we're trying to work our way to get a better position so we can start shooting back.
Alright, here.
Sweet. But every movement you make that could put you in the way of it, you have to move as fast as you can. So like jolt out, jump, and maybe roll as soon as you land. Whilst being wary of other cocks that are going to try and like ruin your day. There's a dick up there somewhere. I injured him, but I don't think I killed him. Damn it, come back. Oh, he dropped his own fucking nade. No, I didn't kill him either. He survived 2 grenades. You can die from a bullet knowing he survived 2 nades. This is me trying to evaluate whether it's safe or not. Yeah, no, I don't trust the game. I'm checking to see if there's another group of cards above. Thankfully, all the ladders are conveniently placed where the snipers can't reach you. So if you get to a ladder, do take it as a breathing room if you want. We're trying to get to the roof of this building outright, so do not, under any circumstances, take that thin bridge there. You will not make it.
Hey, I think there's a sniper rifle up there.
And there's your incentive to climb to the roof, because there's snipers, so you can use the cover and shoot back at them. There's also a cunt with a rocket launcher, so get a move on. Got you. Flippin' heck. Hey! Sweet! Stay up here for as long as you can, because the people coming across the bridge, well, they're threats. They're very big threats, especially the kind of sniper rifle. And there's a weird programming thing with the game, where if there's a single one of these guys alive, you'll insta-die trying to cross the bridge for some fucking reason. And it's because it's supposed to make sure that you go up and deal with the snipers, to make sure you do that section, but I think as soon as the tower crumbles, as you saw there, they should change it. Because it's stupid. As I get murdered. And come back with a bit of a vengeance. Oh yeah, I moved position to try and get a better sight line. But make sure all of them are dead. And not just that all that are on that little platform dead, as in everyone along the bridge is dead. Otherwise you just die. You just die, and I have no idea why they fucking do that. It's stupid, but it is what it is. Alright, the better way to look at it is wait for Nate to tell you it's the last of them. And then carefully cross the bridge. Because it's a thin little fucker.
There they are.
That son of a bitch. We don't have much time. We gotta hurry.
Oh, and there she goes.
Right behind you.
Oh, yep, there we go. It's such a creaky bridge. Jesus. Oh, that was unfortunate. Thankfully, it's a very scripted bridge, as you saw it didn't continue collapsing until I advanced. But you are timed here. If you linger about, it will break on you and leave you behind, so do get a move on. And this was just pure, and I only know that because I tested it. Because I've never actually had any trouble, but that only breaks after a certain amount of time. Well, it's scripted as well. Like, it's scripted that it breaks the moment you jump off of it, but if you stay on it for too long, it will break anyway. And this music here that's playing reminds me a bit of Indiana Jones. But we're approaching the top, and I'm going to call that a part, I think. Just try and give my throat a little bit of a rest. So, next time on Uncharted, we're going to actually save Schafer instead of all this chaos, and actually try and work our way forward to try and fight Lazarevich. But until then...